Motion man Guyton hands to Kelley. Kelley cuts inside. Touchdown, Chargers.
The Chargers found themselves another back.
All right, let's go back in the film room with Daniel Jeremiah. And DJ, a fourth-round running back from UCLA, a big reason why the Chargers are 1-0.
Yeah, Joshua Kelley, I mean, what a first game. No preseason games, no joint practices, just throw him right in there in the mix against the Cincinnati Bengals. And Chris, I want to show you 3 plays that will get you excited about Joshua Kelley. And let's first start off by highlighting his vision on this inside run play you're going to see here. Keep an eye on the 3 technique, the defensive tackle. That's DJ Reader. He's going to get a little bit of a push here, and he's going to get his head on the outside. Once he gets on the outside right there, he's got leverage. That's going to be tough for him to push that to the outside. He sees it and immediately cuts it back inside and does a nice job of hitting the hole. Keep an eye on Sam Tebby, the left tackle here. Look at the job, the effort he does to get this linebacker. And then watch Josh Kelley, as we like to say in scouting, pick your feet up through the trash. That's exactly what he does before he gets to the safety, Jesse Bates, and ends up getting a huge chunk play in the ground game.
He really set the tone for the running game in the second half for the Chargers. DJ, what do we have next?
Next, I want to show you, first of all, from the sideline view here, you're going to see the influence. Great play design here. See Jalen Guyton come in motion. You're going to keep an eye on Virgil Green in the backfield. Watch them flow to the right, and keep an eye on those 2 linebackers in the free safety, and watch them follow that flow. So you influence them all over to the side, and then it's up to Josh Kelley again with that vision to be able to see that flow, feel it, and cut back. Now, watch his vision here, and keep an eye on Keenan Allen, the job he does as well. Keenan Allen does a nice job walling that off. Joshua Kelley sees it, works right off Keenan, and gets into the end zone for a big touchdown in this game. So another great example of his vision.
12 carries for 60 yards. DJ, he only had a couple of years at UCLA transferring in. Are you surprised by how comfortable he looked in week 1?
Well, he was a high volume guy at UCLA, so he got a lot of carries there when you saw him on the field. So he looked like he was just getting more comfortable with the more work that Chip Kelly gave him. But to me, I keep coming back to that vision and the instincts, the balance and the strength. That's what you love about Joshua Kelley. And we've shown a couple plays here, Chris, where everything kind of worked beautifully. It was blocked. We saw the Sam Tebby block. We saw Keenan Allen do a great job. But this is where you earn your money as a running back. It's on a play like this, because I want you to keep an eye on both guards, and I want you to keep an eye on 57, the linebacker coming around the edge here. I'm going to let this play slow. When you watch both guards struggle a little bit on this play, let it play here. Right there. So you've got both guards have really been beat here at the point of attack. You see 57, the linebacker, has swung around the edge, and he's come unblocked. It was a nice late movement from him. So now you're in a situation where you're Joshua Kelley, and that's not ideal when you're staring at that trio of defenders. So what do? Part of you hopes as a coach that, man, he can just get down and avoid a big negative play. You lose a couple yards, you'd be okay with that. But this is what the good guys do. Watch this. Spin out of it, then put your foot in the ground, cut up field, and end up getting a positive run out of this when it should have been tackled for a 3 or 4 yard loss. That, to me, is what gets you excited about Joshua Kelley and his future for this offense.
All right, DJ, let's flip it over to the Chiefs. The Chargers getting the full LSU experience to start the 2020 season. Joe Burrow week 1, Clyde Edwards-Helaire in week 2, your NFL leading rusher through a week.
Yeah, and he was outstanding in his first game against the Houston Texans. But I'll tell you what, it was a perfect marriage between a player and a scheme that they have there in Kansas City. And the impact you have when you have guys like Tyreek Hill on the field and you have Patrick Mahomes' arm, it's going to make for some great opportunities for a young running back. I want to show you the first play here, Chris. This is going to be a handoff inside. And I'm going to let this play for a second and freeze it right here. This is where Clyde Edwards-Helaire has the ball in his stomach. Patrick Mahomes has handed the ball off. Now we can highlight these 2 safeties. Look where they are depth-wise right now. The ball's been handed off. It's a run play. And watch where these safeties are going as they're concerned about the speed of the Kansas City Chiefs. One of them's all the way off the screen. The other one's inside the 20-yard line. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire running it, he's not going to be facing many heavy fronts because of this pass game. You're playing against 9 defenders on that one. But when we flip it around and show you the end zone, this is one of the things that I love about him. He's 5'7", so he can be a little bit tough to see. Where is he right now? If you're a linebacker, you're not going to be able to see him in the hole. He's got the unblocked defender here who is 55, the big linebacker, McKinney. He's going to make him miss, lunge and miss, step through some tackles, and then off he goes. So He's got tremendous balance, that contact balance that we talk about, and he's not having to run into heavy fronts because of all the speed they have on the outside, Chris.
Well, DJ, I'm looking at Rayshon Jenkins, Desmond King, Nazir Adderley. What are they going to have to do on Sunday to really keep your eye on the speed, but also account for a very explosive running back?
Yeah, well, one of the things you got to do is you got to have good keys, and then you also have to bring your legs on contact and bring your feet on contact. So let me show you what this looks like from the end zone of this next play. You see Clyde Edwards-Helaire here. He's going to read the linebacker. Keep an eye on 41. Once he sees him go inside right here, once he sees him go inside, that's his read. He knows he's not going to follow the fullback. He's going to get it out to the edge. And then when you have two guys trying to tackle him, but you don't have your feet, he's going to step right through that every time. He's too strong. His center of gravity is so low. If you don't bring your feet on contact as a defender, you're not going to get him on the ground.
I was following your tweets during this game on Thursday. One of the things you mentioned is they didn't even use Edwards-Helaire in the passing game in this game, and that's where he made his money at LSU.
Yeah, that's coming. I mean, they didn't have to do it, but you're going to see it. I would imagine we'll see some of it this week because he's so good running those little angle routes, get him the swing routes. He can make people miss. And I want to show you another example of his ability to make people miss. This is a six-man box as it ends up being. You can kind of see it. Let me show you from the wide here. You can see it right here. This is going to be, if you count them up, it's six-man box when you count the linebacker counting for Kelley there. So you've got a six-man box. You've got five blockers. So that, doing the math on that, Chris, tells you you're going to have one man left for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And this is where the tackling is going to be huge for the Chargers in this game, because in these one-on-one opportunities, you're going to see it right here. This is a one-on-one battle between an unblocked inside linebacker and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, our teaching point we just mentioned, you better bring your feet. Look what happens when you don't bring your feet here. You lunge, it's over. You have got to bring your feet on contact. Lunge, miss tackle, he makes the safety miss, and the next thing you know, he's in the end zone. So there's going to be those opportunities, and not just with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with their skill players of the Kansas City Chiefs. Covering them is big, but tackling, I would make it an argument, is even more important in this game. You've got to get these guys on the ground. One
huge matchup, a pair of first-rounders, Kenneth Murray versus Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, we're going to see that. We're going to see that a bunch in this ball game. And as you mentioned, it's not just going to be in the hole on plays like we just saw. It's going to be covering him out of the backfield, because you better believe they're going to try and get him involved in the passing game this week.